you started your second term as president in July. There was an election. It was controversial. I'll get onto that in a moment. But as the results were announced, the opposition leader, Samura Kamara, claimed live rounds were fired at his office. Are you worried that violence could break out in any way in your country again?
There were no shots fired there. There were claims of that. The police investigated. The observers went there. They saw no sign of anything.
The walls of Sierra Leone's APC opposition headquarters riddled with bullets, its floors stained with blood. Hours after the attack, visibly shaken APC members still didn't know what hit them.
Just here on a press conference, and then the next thing we knew, we started hearing firing, and our whole office is surrounded by police and army.
Pictures posted by Freetown's opposition mayor showed a dozen people lying on the ground to protect themselves from incoming bullets.
It was like a horror movie, you know, it was like a doomsday, I'll put it, almost like everybody think that would be the end of it.
Security forces said Sunday they attempted to disperse a crowd of APC supporters who were falsely claiming their candidate Samura Kamara had won the election. But while they claimed to have only fired tear gas, bullet holes still etched into the APC headquarters seemed to tell another story.
You know, guys, we've all seen the video of an interview done by President Bio. Probably it was done yesterday, October 21st or the 20th, I'm not sure, where he's saying that no bullets were fired at the APC party office. And of course, the evidence are glaring. You know, the evidence is very clear that yes, you know, we saw the attack for ourselves. It was reported on Al Jazeera and all these other major, you know, news networks across the world, right? So the question I have for you all, everybody's now saying, oh, he's lying, you know, and I totally get it. I mean, that's, you know, very disingenuous of the president to say stuff like that. But this is what I want to call your attention to, everybody. You see, when we keep telling you that for the past 5 years, President Bio did not destroy Sierra Leone by himself, this is a classic example. You know why? You see, because now what's going to happen? Everybody's saying, oh, President Bio is lying. Of course, it's you and I saying that. But who else is saying that? Nobody in the APC as an executive is going to take this matter up. Not even an executive. Former President Nkrumah, let's talk about that, right? Why is former President Nkrumah not coming out to talk about this? You know, for the respect of the APC as an institution, as a political party that actually gave him his name that he has today. Whatever he has today was given to him by the APC as a political party and by Sierra Leone, you know, in totality, right? But where is Dr. Samura Kamara? Of course, I believe Dr. Samura Kamara is going to attack this issue of President Bio lying, you know, so vehemently and so confidently about the death of Maawa and about the fact that the APC party office was, you know, was shot at with a couple of live round bullets. We saw it, right? I know Dr. Samura Kamara might take this up. But what about the leader of the opposition back then in APC, who is the running mate and the deputy leader of the APC as a political party, Honorable Chero Majuba? Is he going to take an interview with BBC or Al Jazeera or that gave President Bio the opportunity to speak like this? Is Honorable Chero Majuba going to ask for an interview from the same platform to rebut what President Bio said? To tell the world about the story of the matron that was killed at the APC party office? To tell the story of the innocent citizens that were attacked that day in the APC party office? Is Honorable Chero Majuba? Is Dr. Samura Kamara going to do this? Is former President Anis Bai Nkrumah going to do this? Is Payansane going to do this? Come against President Bio and say, for the sake of, you know, the life that we lost on that day, that should not have been lost because your police force opened up fire at the APC party office secretariat. That day, that woman should not have lost her life. We all saw the video of the woman who lost her life. We saw Dr. Samura Kamara laying on the floor, you know, like this, you know, praying for his life. We saw that. So one of these people, you know, former President Anis Bai Nkrumah, is he going to take up this and say, you know what, for the life that was lost, for the matron that lost her life that day, for the sake of democracy, for the sake of truth, is one of them, President Nkrumah, Anis Bai Nkrumah, you know, Payansane, and Yopa Minkailu, Cheri Koko, the Honorable Chero Majuba, and Dr. Samura Kamara, any other executive within the APC party, who's going to take this matter up with the same platform that gave President Bio this interview, and, you know, bigger platforms like the Al Jazeera or BBC or all of that kind of stuff? Who's going to take this on? I dare you. None of these guys have what it takes. They don't have the vigor. I want to use, they don't have the guts, because I was going to say the balls, but that's maybe might be too much. But none of them, I dare you, they can prove me wrong, but none of them would come out and say, President Bio, you lied. That day, your security forces opened up fire at the APC party office and people lost their lives. But you know, go ahead guys and watch the video of that day, what happened, so you guys can see. But who am I, right? Nobody listens to me. The international community is not going to take my word for it. This interview platform is not going to take my word for it. But if President Nkrumah, former President Nkrumah, comes out and defends the death of that matron, if Samura Kamara comes out and defends the death of that matron, if Honorable Chino Majuba, if Payan Sane, if all of these people can come out and defend the death, this is not even the lie, because the lie is one. But the fact that somebody was killed that day, who was an APC supporter, if only these guys can come out and defend the life of that young lady and give back the dignity and prestige that that lady's name and life deserves, Sierra Leoneans will be grateful. But this is a classic example of how democracy died in Sierra Leone for 5 years because nobody had the gut to come out and go after President Bio within the APC. The fight was only left to social media. That's all they did. But none of these guys came out to go one-on-one, toe-to-toe with President Bio. That is why we have a rigged elections, and that is why President Bio would remain the president of Sierra Leone for another 5 years, and the people will continue to suffer because you have people like former President Anisbai Nkrumah, the Honorable Chino Majuba, who failed for 5 years in parliament, passed all the bad laws that we have today. Dr. Samura Kamara, of course, who tried his own best, and he's been doing well. Maybe he's going to come out and defend the death of matron that died at the APC party office. Let's watch out this space, guys. I don't want to go too much into this, but let us stop fighting ourselves and let us pay attention to these politicians, because the day that politicians start going after each other in Sierra Leone, that is the day we're going to have proper democracy, and that is the day we're going to save the soul of our nation. But until then, we're doomed. So I'm going to tell you guys again, ask former President Anisbai Nkrumah, ask Cherry Coco, Honorable Chino Majuba, ask Dr. Samura Kamara, ask Payan Sane, ask Paminkailo, ask every member of the executive of the APC to come up with a statement at an international level, not just local level, at an international level, to debunk the lie that was told by President Bio in honor of the death of the matron that was killed on that day at the APC party office when President Bio's security guards opened up live fire at the secretariat. Thank you. Bye-bye.
The walls of Sierra Leone's APC opposition headquarters riddled with bullets, its floors stained with blood. Hours after the attack, visibly shaken APC members still didn't know what hit them.
Just here on a press conference, and then the next thing we knew, we started hearing firing, and our whole office is surrounded by police and army.
Pictures posted by Freetown's opposition mayor showed a dozen people lying on the ground to protect themselves from incoming bullets.
It was like a horror movie. You know, it was like a doomsday, I'll put it, almost like everybody think that would be the end of it.
Security forces said Sunday they attempted to disperse a crowd of APC supporters who were falsely claiming their candidate Samura Kamara had won the election. But while they claimed to have only fired tear gas, bullet holes still etched into the APC headquarters seemed to tell another story.
The APC party office, and then right inside the office of the flag bearer and leader, Samura Kamara. As soon as the soldiers are inside the APC office.
My daughter has asthma. Abiola, can you hear me? Abiola, we need help. We need help. We're in the party office. They're firing live bullets at us. They're applying tear gas. We're on the floor in one room. I'm here with about 20 people, including my daughter. We need help. They need to stop.
Just here on a press conference, and then the next thing we knew, we started hearing firing, and our whole office is surrounded by police and army. All of the vehicles around have been damaged, including that belonging to our presidential candidate.